Hi all, welcome to my channel Semper Astra. My name is Maggie, and in today's video I would love to share with you my experiences of using Ray-Ban Meta glasses as a totally blind person who have been using them over the last 12 months. At the beginning of this video, I would love to mention that I permanently live in the UK and that I have been using Ray-Ban Meta glasses mainly in the UK, which has a lot of meaning in terms of the fact that not all of the functions of Ray-Ban Meta glasses are accessible globally, and some of the functions are accessible only in certain geographic locations. For those of you who may be not very familiar yet with the concept of Ray-Ban Meta glasses, I wanted to clarify that they are equipped with AI, camera, microphones, headphones, also the panel that allows us to use different functions of the glasses. It is also important to emphasize that we can use Ray-Ban Meta glasses using voice commands, and I'm using Ray-Ban Meta glasses in English. As an interesting fact, I also wanted to add that Ray-Ban Meta glasses were primarily designed as a mainstream equipment for sighted people, and they are very popular with people who love taking photos, videos, who are very active on their social media. And Ray-Ban Meta glasses became popular in blind community thanks to the fact that Meta started to cooperate with Be My Eyes app. When I started using Ray-Ban Meta glasses in my daily life in January 2025, I was convinced that they will transform my life and that they will make my daily life much easier. And after 12 months of using these glasses in my daily life, I would love to share with you these options that I value most, that I use most, options that are not dedicated specifically for the blind people, but that I also use a lot and that I also value a lot. And at the end of this video, I will talk about a function that is very useful for blind community, but which is still in the process of being developed, and I believe that this option will be very, very important and useful to blind community in the future. So the first option that I value most about Ray-Ban Meta glasses is the fact that Ray-Ban Meta glasses enable us to connect through video calls with sighted people, and in this way it is easier to receive a lot of assistance. The benefit of using Ray-Ban Meta glasses during video calls is that, first of all, we don't need to hold our phone with the camera in our hands, so we can perform tasks that require use of both hands, and we are hands-free. We don't have to hold camera. And what is even more important is the fact that, from my experience, it is easier to aim the camera that is installed in the glasses at certain objects or areas that we want to show than it is to aim camera that is installed in the phone. And I just wanted to clarify that in Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the camera is located in the right top corner of the frames. So just to sum up this part, I just basically, from my experience, realized that it is harder to aim the camera of the phone at certain objects or areas, especially when I'm busy doing something, than it is to aim the camera of the glasses. And using glasses is much easier in those terms. We have 4 options of connecting with sighted people using Ray-Ban Meta glasses. The first option is using an app which is dedicated for blind community, and this app is called Be My Eyes. And the massive advantage of using Be My Eyes app is that this app is the app that is best integrated with Ray-Ban Meta glasses. So when we receive our Ray-Ban Meta glasses, it is important that we select the option of using Be My Eyes app in settings under accessibility. And when the setting is complete, then it is enough to say, hey Meta, call Be My Eyes volunteer to be connected with Be My Eyes volunteer. And when the connection is established, the volunteer can see through the camera on the glasses everything that is in front of us, and we can communicate through headphones and microphone in the glasses. I absolutely value this option when I am performing a task during which I don't have free hands. So I will give you a couple of examples here to illustrate this situation. So I use this option, for example, when I am cleaning or cooking and I have both hands dirty or wet and I don't want to touch my phone, I don't want to touch my glasses, but I need some help with something. So for example, recently I was cleaning grouting in between the tiles in the bathroom. I had wet, dirty hands, and I just wanted to ensure that I am doing a good job with cleaning this grouting, that I just wanted to check whether my cleaning is effective and for how long I should carry on. And thanks to the help of Be My Eyes volunteer, and thanks to the fact that I didn't need to stop and touch the glasses to make a call, or I didn't have pressed any buttons on the glasses, or I didn't have to do any settings on the phone, I could complete this task totally hands-free. I also sometimes use this option of calling Be My Eyes volunteer hands-free when I'm walking somewhere and I have my guide dog in my left hand and let's say I have a suitcase in my right hand. So this is very, very, very useful situation. This is a very good example of the situation when this option is very, very useful. I also wanted to say here that I am very grateful to all of the Be My Eyes volunteers for their help, and I appreciate a lot that this app is free. The next app that I use a lot in combination with Ray-Ban Meta glasses is Aira app, and the benefit of Aira app is that people who are employed by Aira are specifically trained to support blind people effectively. So for example, Aira employees can guide us in regards at which angle to show them something so they have the best view and they can assist us effectively. They can also assist us with pointing the camera in the most optimal way at the area that we want them to look at. They also are bound by confidentiality. So when they are employed by Aira app, they sign the agreement, and this agreement is also about the confidentiality. So if they happen to see any sensitive or any confidential information about us, this information has to be treated by them with the highest level of confidentiality. This level of confidentiality could be compared to the confidentiality that is followed by the doctors, medical specialists, or lawyers. And sometimes when I need help with reading something that may include my confidential data. I value this confidentiality aspect a lot of Aira app. I also value Aira app for the fact that they have a lot of additional tools and they are able to help with very precise tasks. Just to give one example, when I call Aira employee through the glasses, the employee not only sees through my glasses everything that is in front of me, but they also can see my location on the map, which is very, very detailed and very, very precise. So they can effectively and I would say quickly help me to find the address that I am looking for, or they can help me to navigate a complex route with which I am not very familiar. I also choose to call Aira app when I have to perform very precise tasks. For example, measure a medication with like a, like when I have to, let's say, measure drops of certain medication, and or when I have to, for example, I would like to write like a birthday card and I would like to be guided not to write over the text that is already printed in a birthday card, or not to write over some decorative patterns in the card. And Aira app also have a function of enlarging what they see, the view, making it more kind of clear. They can also turn the picture right way up if we happen to show them something upside down. So they have honestly many additional tools that are very useful. The only, I would say, weakness of using Aira app in combination with Meta glasses is that they are not as well integrated with, Aira is not as well integrated with Ray-Ban Meta glasses as Be My Eyes is. So to connect with Aira through Meta, we have to reach for our phone and choose settings on our phone, and it takes several I would say a minute, if that makes sense. So there is a process to this. Also, the disadvantage for many people is the cost of Aira app, but I just wanted to reassure you that there are many options of getting 3 minutes. Another 2 options that I would like to mention, which are widely used by everyone who uses Meta glasses, is a possibility of connecting with family or friends through WhatsApp and through Messenger. The massive advantage of these options are that we can make these calls using voice commands. So for example, we can say, hey Meta, make a WhatsApp video call to Jessica, and we will be connected with Jessica on a video call. Sometimes we just need to press a button on the glasses to make sure that the camera on the glasses is activated and that the video feed goes through the camera on the glasses. I use this option when I want to connect with somebody who knows my taste, who knows my preferences in terms of aesthetics, and I call family or friends when I would like to ask for more personal advice regarding fashion or aesthetics, or some choices regarding I don't know what to maybe purchase. And generally speaking, I make more personal calls to family and friends, and this is also an amazing way to socialize with family and friends, because Ray-Ban Meta glasses make it very easy to share with your loved ones special moments or beautiful places, beautiful locations, or some special moment in your life, or some interesting activities. The next option that I would like to discuss is widely used option. It is not dedicated for blind community, and this option is simply ability to take videos and photos using Ray-Ban Meta glasses. So in my experience, it is much easier for me to take a nicely framed photo with the help of Ray-Ban Meta glasses than with the help of the phone. And it is also much easier for me to record a short video from first person perspective, and it is much easier for me to ensure that this video is also well framed. And I use these functions a lot, especially to record the way my guide dog Wilma supports me in my daily life. The video taken with Ray-Ban Meta glasses on generation 1, and I'm currently using generation 1, can last up to 3 minutes, and they are vertical, so they're suitable for TikTok, Instagram and YouTube shorts. However, I believe that in the future they will probably become longer, and hopefully the horizontal videos also will be accessible. The last option that I wanted to discuss is using AI that is available on Ray-Ban Meta glasses by blind people. So there are various levels of using AI on Meta glasses, and some basic general AI functions are available worldwide, so to my best knowledge. So for example, we can ask, hey Meta, what time is it? What is the weather like? Or for example, we can ask some general knowledge questions in the same way we can ask questions to Siri or to Alexa or to Google Assistants. However, the AI option of recognizing objects or scenes in front of us is not worldwide accessible. And when I first started using Ray-Ban Meta glasses in January 2025 in the UK, it wasn't accessible. It became accessible in the UK, I would say maybe late April or early May. And initially, according to my experience, this function was very basic. So when I would ask a question, hey Meta, what's in front of me? Meta would reply, for example, in front of you there is a wooden cabinet with various objects on the top. And to get more details, I would have to ask more and more questions. So for example, I had to ask, hey Meta, what are the objects on this wooden cabinet? And then Meta would list them and say how many of them there are. However, several months ago, additional option became available, and this option is specially designed for blind community. This option can be found under Accessibility tab in Meta AI app, and this option is helping us to increase the details of the descriptions that we receive. And for over the last several months, the descriptions that I get are much more precise and detailed. And what is also important to say is that we can start with general question, and then we can ask more and more detailed question, and I will give you an example here. So several weeks ago, I was in a pharmacy, I was waiting in the queue, and I was just curious what display is in front of me. So I did ask Meta, hey Meta, what is in front of me? And Meta said, in front of you there is a display with various skincare items. And then I asked, okay, so what are the skincare items? And Meta said, these items are majorly from brand number 7, which is popular brand in the UK, and they are mainly face creams, day and night, serums, and tonics to cleanse your face. And then I picked one of these items and I asked, hey Meta, what's this? And Meta was able to read that it was a day cream for dry skin, that it had vitamin C in it, and because vitamin C is making our skin more sensitive to sun, it also clarified that there is SPF factor to protect our skin from the sun because of that vitamin C there. So I was pretty shocked how detailed this description was. It also gave some instructions. So it was saying that this cream needs to be applied on a fresh, clean skin, and that needs to be gently patted into our skin. I also use AI to read instruction on packages. For example, when I cook something, so I can first of all identify the item and then ask for how long at which temperature to cook it. Sometimes I also ask about various supplements and how to take them. And another amazing thing that I wanted to mention is that when Meta is unable to read something, it is not making information up, but it is saying this information is not clear enough for me to read it, which I appreciate. Naturally, this function is still in early stages of development, so I believe that in the future it will be more accurate, more detailed, and more timely. At the moment, when I was trying to use AI on Meta glasses when walking out and about, the biggest disadvantage is that we are getting the information with certain delay. So for example, when I was trying to read the number on the buses using AI, it was really hard to ask Meta what number of the bus it is and to aim at the bus that is moving, and then to hear this information in time to make decision whether we are getting on this bus or not. Also, when we are walking somewhere quiet, like in a fast pace, the information that we will receive will be with delay, about, I would say, like 10, 20 seconds, even up to 40 seconds, depending on the complexity of the scene in front of us. Summarizing, I just wanted to mention that on the market there is more and more types of intelligent glasses that can be useful to blind community. Some of these glasses are mainstream glasses like Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Some of them are specifically dedicated for blind community. All of them, to my best knowledge, have some strengths and some weaknesses, and this is why it is very important to test all of them if we can, to listen to people's reviews, and also to think what is our priority. For example, I hear that some of the glasses that are dedicated for blind community have better AI options, but they don't have video, the option of recording videos, which to me personally is very important, and I wouldn't like to give it up. Also, it is important to remember that some glasses look more as a specialist equipment for blind people, so they look less like a mainstream equipment, and some of them look more like a mainstream basically glasses. So for example, Ray-Ban Meta glasses are just Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and they are not noticed at all as a special tool for the blind. And to some people it matters a lot, to some people it doesn't matter at all. Everybody is making their own decision depending on their values and priorities. I also wanted to mention that Ray-Ban Meta glasses come in 3 different types of frames, and also frames have different sizes, and there are different colors of frames and of lenses. It is also very important to mention that we can put glasses prescribed by the doctor into the Ray-Ban Meta frames, so people who have some remaining useful vision will find it very helpful. And they are charged in the same way as we charge wireless headphones, so we charge them in the case, and we charge the case through USB-C port that we plug to the mains. I hope that you found this more detailed review useful, and I hope that it will help you to decide whether you would like to test these classes or try using them in your daily life. And I invite you to see my future videos. Thank you very much. Bye bye.